Unlike very many people that enter Dubai, all in the airports of United Arab Emirates, that is Sharjah, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and very many, me, I was different. I was among the few percentage that enter with a different motive. I entered Dubai looking for refuge. Secondly, looking for a different place where to settle in. It wasn't in my mind to come for a job. But guess what? After that long queue, being ushered in by those white dressed and black beautiful counter attendants, I was received by a very terrible hit on my face. It took me a moment to open my eyes as I entered Dubai officially. What I expected, if you're coming to Dubai, don't expect greener pastures, as in terms of green environment. Don't expect rivers being from like our countries, e.g. like in Uganda. It was different. Straight away as I went to my accommodation, my dreams were crushed. Because the days I was preparing to come to Dubai, I had the dreams of waking up, go to the window, draw the curtains in those beautiful, nice, looking, comfortable rooms. But where did I go? I went to the bed space. I was ushered in a room of 3 deckers. I think 3 to 4 deckers. And that brings it to around 8 or more than 8 people. 8 ladies. By the way, the good thing, they were only ladies. So, guess, this is where I was. And guess what? The down beds, there was no bed. So I had to use the upper bed beside the door. Climb and go to the upper bed. My first experience or my first day, it was sorrowful because I last climbed on a decker bed when I was in high school. So this is a lady coming from a different environment. You've been driving, going to work. Now you're climbing the decker bed in a land that you felt you had dreams in. It was so peaceful, by the way. And that day passed. The second day, I was called to go to an interview. Me having known my degrees, my diplomas and everything, all the degrees and my experience, I went to Abu Dhabi with a file of my experience. And guess what? Jobs in Dubai, most of them are not based on qualifications, are not based on what exactly is true. The jobs are based on the CV. Why do I say CV? Most people alter CVs depending on the job they are going to do. But here me, I go with my professional standard CV. And can you imagine the job I was going for? Or they were taking me for? The friends I escorted? I got the job. I wanted the job of a manager. It was a hotel or restaurant, first class restaurant. But I got the job. But they gave me supervisor in a hotel. Christian from a corporate life, office, research, administration. Now you are the head of waitress and waiters. Life was not simple and it was very beautiful because I came to learn something in life. Well, before that, exactly, I don't take you far. What do you expect in Dubai if you come, especially in accommodation? They have different kinds of accommodation. We have what we call bed space. Bed space, this is what I told you. It involves deckers, 1, 2, 3, even sometimes 4. So, and the range goes from the ones which are 2, it goes from 700 dirham, that is around 700,000 Ugandan shillings per bed. Just your deck, a small one where you sleep. So then we have bachelor's rooms, luxurious rooms, guest house hotels, where you find the guest house. There are some guest house which are 150 per day. That is so cheap as that. But we have even up to 500 and above. But who uses this? According to my experience, I came to know majorly it was West Africa that come direct for visit and they go to the rooms. But majority, like East Africa, they got bed space. That's why we went to bed space and they took me to bed space. So what do you expect, especially in transport? As I was going the second day for my interviews, I found out in Dubai you cannot cheat transport. However, there are some people who are culprits who do cheat transport. You have a card. It is called null card. This null card, when you tap it, you tap it. You tap in when you're entering and you tap it when you're going out. Without it, you'll be arrested. And if you don't have funds there, still you'll be arrested. No one is going to follow you that you have no transport. It's your conscience. It's your security. You know it. So we moved in a bus, public transport. So in Dubai here, we have public transport, taxi and buses, trains and trams. But you can't be surprised. Even we have private taxis whereby they are not accepted. You're got in a private taxi, you either be arrested, you as a customer, or the driver himself will be arrested. However, people continue to use them. You can't believe that. Yes, I moved in a bus, I came back, but what was next? What was waiting for me? A lot was waiting for me. A lot of dynamics. Imagine in Dubai, the life living in such life. I lived in a bed space for not more than 4 months. Even after getting my job, I got my job on the first day, my first job, as the supervisor in a hotel, well paid. If you go to put it in my country money, it's around 4.5 millions. Your first job, no experience. Barbecue, no experience. But wait and know what is there. The experience here matters because you'll be tortured. And if you kindly want to work in Dubai, you have to be prepared. No joke. You have to sign in and sign out. Anytime you don't work, automatically you'll not be paid. Even when I fall sick or when you fall sick, you either satisfy that you're sick or your salary will be cut. So imagine I lived in such life. Do you think you can manage it? As I told you, I really want you to know the experience of Dubai as in terms of employment. There are very few who are like me that came to look for refuge, at the same time hope, settlement, a new environment. There are very few, but the majority on every basis come to look for jobs across the globe. Across. No one should lie you it is only Uganda. No one should lie you it is only Philippines. No one should lie you it is only Rwanda. Every nation is represented here. But now, I would love to tell you about the experience on employment. Here, most jobs are not based on your qualifications. Most jobs are not based on your CV. And by the way, what are the major jobs that I found here? Or you will find here if you want to come to Dubai? The first jobs and most jobs, you'll go to hospitality. What do you find there? You're going to find there waiter, waitress, baristas. Most my country people have turned out to be baristas. If you talk about barista in my country, some people will think of lawyer and other things. But here, baristas, those are people who make coffee, who make mocktails and juices. Then you'll find, apart from cashiers, sales, then you go to sales consultants. Majority involves about that. Then come now and you go to housekeeping. People are coming for housekeeping. These are the most common jobs here. Housekeeping. These are cleaners. People who go and clean in the hotels and other things. Then you come to security. Security is also the job that is there. Then nursing assistants, teachers, office administrators, everything, all the jobs are there. Your qualified field is there. But do you think you'll get it? I think the percentage might be, I can put it at 30-70. You might not get it. Why? It's not based on your experience. It's not based on your qualifications. Here what I came to find out. When you hear there is a job for a teacher, someone makes a CV for a teacher and researches on internet and goes and does it. When you hear there's a job for a waitress. You go to internet and say, have I ever been a waitress? My first job, even by the way, that one I will not say, I had to go and research. I was among the best candidates. I've never sold anything in Uganda. I've been a corporate lady working after university in administration, in human resource, in survey, in research. But here comes, I'm telling the interviewer, if you give me a job, I'm going to do well in sales. I'm going to do well in attending these people who are serving. I remember they asked me, what is your experience? My experience now, when I came to know, I put Butter Uganda, that I sold Butter Uganda. But now here, they ask you, what are the products? Where do they mainly come from? They are made from where? You don't know, because you are never a sales girl, a sales boy. So but now it has gone to the extent that people train themselves on internet. And me, I trained myself, because as I was going in, I was like, you can sell a pen, you can sell this. So you search on internet. This is what is happening here. When you come here, people are doing the work. Bankers, but who are likely to get jobs? Arabic speaking, French speaking, English, yes. But what is the chance of you being patient for that job? Because that job is not coming in a day. The common jobs that are coming in a day are those jobs that you are not qualified or not in your field. How? What is the danger? Most people are taking up these jobs because of visa, because of stay. Most people, after you spending a lot of money coming to Dubai or UAE, you have either 1 month. By then there was 1 month when I came, there was 3 months. So the moment it expires, the date is expiring, you're planning to go out. So if you don't go out, you find yourself with fines. Now most people here, I found a word called kaliwali. Kaliwali is the word majorly used by the people whose visas have expired. And they stand a chance of being deported, being imprisoned. You can't get a job if your visa has expired. Unless God is on your side, your sponsor says, I'll pay for you. So most people are taking up jobs like that. That's why you find most of our African sisters not call it from Nigeria, from Uganda, Cameroon, everywhere, Ethiopia. They run for these petty jobs. They run for low-paying jobs as low as 2 million, 1 million, that is Uganda money. They run for maids. They go for maids. They go for those cleaner jobs. Why? Because their visas are getting expired. What do you think? Do you think after hearing this, would you come to Dubai? Do you think in this episode, Dubai is fit for you? Can you manage to stay in Dubai? By the way, our jobs, we can work. I think it is 8 to 12 hours. And when you're on job in Dubai, most of the jobs, you don't use your phones. My experience in particular, I'm not permitted to use a phone. But I do use it because I know who I am. So with that wisdom and that knowing that who I am, I use the phone, because there is a life behind every job. There is a life outside that job. That's what I believe in. But when you come here, the working conditions, my dear, they are not beautiful as you think. They are beautiful for somebody who is working and going just 3 months. But they are not beautiful as you think. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and if you think this content was good for you, kindly go. If you're new, subscribe to this channel. Leave your sweet comment. You can also tap on a notification bell such that the next episode of Life in Dubai should not bypass you. Thank you for watching. See you next week with a continuation of this video. Thank you. God bless you all.